Trapmore Gang, I've been covering the diabolical and backstabbing ways of Atlanta rappers for quite some time on this channel. But one of the most flagrant examples of Atlanta rappers being super weird and super phony and fake is in the case of the beef between YoungBoy and Lil Durk. Because there have been Atlanta artists that did absolutely anything they could to get on their knees, okay, and suck any clout they could out of the OTF camp and Lil Durk when Durk was out here, when Durk and King Vaughn were turning up in Atlanta, all right? They were doing everything. Durk, please, I'll diss dead people with you, Durk. Anything to be around you, Lil Durk. But now Lil Durk's facing murder for hire charges federally. It's possible that Lil Durk might never be coming back, okay? And now everybody's changing their tune. There's a lot of people coming out to say that, yo, all of you street rappers that were showing overly weird love for Lil Durk when he was out here raising hell in the streets of Atlanta. I've just dropped my phones. Well, all these guys who were friendly and cool with NBA YoungBoy previously, okay, now Durk's locked up on federal murder for hire charges, and YoungBoy is the hottest thing in the rap game. He's back outside. It ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun. It was all well and good when you were jumping on songs dissing YoungBoy, all right, frontlining with Durk. And then basically, yeah, YoungBoy's in jail. Yeah, fuck YoungBoy. YoungBoy's never come. Don't worry about YoungBoy. Now YoungBoy's back out and he's the hottest thing out here. And a lot of people are not showing love. Where's Free Durk? And I don't think Durk should be free. But I'm wondering where all this Free Durk talk is. And I know a lot of people are going to be pissed off about this video. But I'm going to be the only person in the media scene who's going to spit facts about this situation. So get your mad, pissed off comments down there. Like, get them in early. I know how you guys be doing. You don't even watch the video. Oh, take this down. Oh, take this down. Shut the hell up, bro. Get in the comments and get salty already before we've even got into it. And just lay back and let these facts wash over you. Because I'm basically going to give an unfiltered view as to exactly what's going on with YoungBoy, Durk, Atlanta, and the whole story, the whole timeline. And nobody's going to be safe. Nobody's going to be able to run and hide from this video, okay? And even Lil Woody, okay, the king of snitching, the man who single-handedly saved Atlanta by telling, okay, he saved Young Thug. Young Thug got saved by a rat. You want to talk about, oh, rats this, rats that. You got saved by a rat. Now you're saying F the streets and it's all good. And 21 Savage is talking about, oh, we can clean up ratting. We can clean up your face for money. Oh, ratting don't even matter. We cleaned up people's faces before. We swept it under the rug before. Well, you all got saved by a king rat. And even the king rat, Lil Woody himself, he's popped out to basically say no one in Atlanta wants to save Free Durk. And apparently a lot of artists in Atlanta are actually quietly relieved that Durk got locked up. But before I get into all of that and I go completely nuclear on Atlanta, okay, on behalf of the 4K Trace Slimes, I need to take you all the way back to the start. I'm going to give you the entire timeline of the friendships between these guys, okay, the kind of how these Atlanta goons were moving, playing both sides of this beef, and still think they can play both sides, but unfortunately it's ended up not working out that way, okay? So peep this, all the way back in 2016, we're looking at probably one of the first mentions of a relationship between Lil Durk and Atlanta rapper Young Thug, all right? This is a 2016 interview with Double XL, but basically, okay, it goes all the way back to allegedly like 2014, when basically Young Thug and Durk linked up and basically, you know, tapped in, all right? It says, you and Young Thug work really great together on his I'm Up project. Where did you guys meet? Are you planning anything? He said, we met in an Atlanta studio. We knew of each other. We just clicked and vibed out. First song we ever did was Party. Then we did Waffle House. We did stuff for his tape that same day. Everybody was saying that we killed it and we sound good together. Then me and him had a conversation about a tape. So we're going to start working on that when he gets off tour. So there was a time in history, all right, guys, you're not going to believe the history I'm going to give you. I'm going to give you a serious history lesson in this video, and nobody's going to be able to hide from these facts. There was a time when Lil Durk and Young Thug were planning to do an album together. They were talking about a joint album. They said when we get off tour, we're going to start working on that one, okay? Now, by the end of 2016, that's when Lil Durk ends up connecting with 21 Savage, okay? They didn't collaborate together until 2019, but they ended up getting around each other, okay? Apparently, it was the end of 2016, Durk and Savage connected, okay? And let me just see if I can show you this. So they get around each other. This is a 2016 track, all right? Lil Durk, Shooter 2 times, all right? Featuring 21 Savage. So this is their first link up. It wasn't really like a big, a big deal, but they would collaborate again in 2019. That's what I was trying to say. They, they linked up before 2016 or in 2016. They worked on this track. It dropped November 2016. Shooter 2 times featuring 21 Savage. Okay, all that shooter talk, all that gangster talk. But again, at this time, this is before all the beef. So around the very same time, and this is where it's interesting, right? Because this is the first instance. I want to make this very clear to everybody, okay? This is the first instance that we're seeing Lil Durk and 21 Savage link up, okay? So don't give me all of that, oh, we go way back and I got to take sides. 2016, hopping on a song with Durk, 21 Savage, right? Also 2016, around the very same time, YoungBoy and 21 Savage, Murder Remix. To be honest, this is a little bit before. This is November the 4th, 2016, all right? 21 and YoungBoy, you got OG3 in there, all right? Everybody linked up. We all linked up, all right? You got the whole gang. You got all the slimes. You're all together. We're united, okay? It was all good when you guys was chilling together, all right? So you was tapped in with NBA November 4th, 2016. You didn't even do a music video for the Durk song. Durk didn't even throw you the music video shoot. So this came out just as audio later that month, all right? You was really locked in with YoungBoy first. And YoungBoy bringing out the whole gang and the whole set to do a music video, whereas Durk's only giving you the audio, right? A few weeks later. So just remember that, all right? Let's just not forget that, all right? You was locked in together. You was more locked in with YoungBoy than you was with Durk. YoungBoy bringing the whole slimes, right? Bringing the whole slimes out for you. For OG3, was that Ben 10? Got the legends of the NBA on the block for you guys. I'm not seeing no Lil Durk music video. I'm not seeing no Buka 600, no Bezu in 2016. Maybe it was going on behind the scenes. But YoungBoy putting on a show for you. YoungBoy giving you that Clout package. Got the ATVs out here, all right? Now, YoungBoy would actually even recall 21 Savage hitting him up personally to record the music video. Didn't hit up Durk personally to record the music video. Check this out. Ready for this?
On him. I had a chop. Yeah, he wrote me on Instagram. I put up on him. I had a chop on me. I put up on him. I hopped out the Sprinter van. He like, hey, put that up. You don't need that around here. Motherfucker Sage. I think he about the second one that ever just let me pull up on him. You know, a lot of rappers scared. But he about probably the second one that let me pull up on him. And he's good. We don't really be on no rap shit. Honestly, we never speak about music when we're around each other. We just be on some vibing shit, having fun shit. And some wild shit.
So you be vibing, having fun, he pulling up with a chopper. Everybody else is scared of this guy. You guys are locked in. I didn't see Durk pull up on a block with a chopper at that point. All right? I didn't see that. Now, apparently, okay, obviously, end of 2016, YoungBoy starts getting himself in a little bit of trouble. Double attempted murder case. He got a lot on his plate with the Boozilla situation, okay? Go and watch a couple of my videos if you want to know about how all that went down, okay? But once YB gets locked up, he maintains his relationship with 21 Savage from behind bars, okay? Look at this.
Spent a lot of time on lockdown. I was on lockdown for 23 hours and 45 minutes a day. I only had 15 minutes out myself for about 3-4 months straight. All because of who I was. But I wasn't tripping though. I tried to do push-ups, but I can't get no bigger. But I was mostly on the phone. Lil Ben in Montana.
I think I saw an interview you said you were talking to 21 Savage when you were like that?
Oh yeah, I spoke with him. He was on the road. Okay. Yeah, he was on the road. I think he was on the High Horse tour. Nah, he was just ready for me to come home. Man.
So he locked up, right? And his 15 minutes a day that he's allowed to get on the phone, he's talking to the guys, Ben, Montana, whatever. But he also talking to Savage. This a real friendship. This looking like a way more real friendship than the Durk friendship. This looking like a real friendship. And he would elaborate on this in a XXL interview later on down the line. Said, who are some people that reached out to you while you were locked up? I'd be talking to 21 Savage. That's it. I F with him on some personal stuff. When you see how this relationship went later down the line, you're going to think, wow, what a snake. Who are some people that have reached out? 21, that's it. That's it. I F with him on some personal shit. He's all I really be talking to. Other rappers really don't fuck with me. I don't give a F how much they post me. They don't fuck with me. Remember this. Remember this when I start telling you stuff that happened in 2023. All right? And rumor has it, okay, that 21 Savage might have blessed YoungBoy into a little known set of the Bloods, all right? And it might have been, some people believe that 21 Savage, okay, basically might have blessed, there's been talk that he basically blessed YoungBoy into the Sex Money Murder Bloods, and that's what made the 4K Trey Slimes like genuine Bloods, okay? And there's this line, 4L is where Lil Top got birthed, and this is apparently YoungBoy confirming that Savage actually put him on the Blood Gang in this leaked track. I don't know if I'll be able to play this properly. Let me just play this real quick. "4L where Lil Top got birthed." So it says 4L where Lil Top got birthed, okay? And basically, it's like, there's other rumors. Let me find the other thing. All right, look at this, yeah? They're saying this is the Sex Money Murder Bloods, the infamous blood set from the East Coast that NBA YoungBoy allegedly got blessed into while he was staying in Atlanta and hanging out with Atlanta blood rappers 21 Savage, 4L Sex Money Murder, and Young Thug YSL Sex Money Murder. But now it's F the streets, right? So there's a lot of folks from the Baton Rouge locals to the Baton Rouge rap fans have been debating for a few years whether or not Sex Money Murder has a presence in Baton Rouge, now under the 4K Trey moniker. A lot of people think YoungBoy's 4K Trey crew is a subset of the Sex Money Murder Bloods, while others think it's just him and his people putting on a blood image for clout, like a lot of rappers do nowadays. Baton Rouge is not known for gangbanging or organized street gangs at all. Everything in the city is basically rap crews, neighborhood cliques, hoods, and blocks. So a lot of people find it hard to believe that a famous blood set like Sex Money Murder would establish itself in a city like Baton Rouge that's been openly rejecting traditional gang culture for decades. Sex Money Murder Bloods was originally formed inside the Sound View projects located in the Bronx. Okay, and let's see a little bit of this history.
SMM flies the colors red and green.
Sex Money Murder was simply about money, and the green represented money.
A few years ago, it was Sex Money Murder's birthday. It was June 6th of 2006. Color of the day was green. Every place that we went into the city, every neighborhood that was affiliated with them, they were wearing green bandanas.
Sex Money Murder follows the laws of the United Blood Nation, or UBN.
They pretty much follow the bylaws, which is basically to know these histories, the original founding OGs, what they were in jail for, who was murdered by what set, and then...
So look, all right, you know a bit of the history now. They're saying the Sex Money Murder Bloods. They're saying that this is real. And if you look at the comments on this one, where YoungBoy said 4L where Lil Top got birthed, people saying, so YB is 21 drop, and he still chose Durk over him, all right? Saying he chose Vaughn. In reality, dudes was D-riding Vaughn like crazy on some fan stuff. Ain't hard to realize Durk was staying in Atlanta for years at this time, so he's probably more cool with that guy. But they're saying YoungBoy, the only person YoungBoy was calling in prison was 21 Savage, all right? Said YB became blood for an image. He didn't actually lock in with them. That's why man came and did one song, seen how MFs was moving in the A, became blood and dipped off, started that antisocial stuff, went and D-road Thug for a little bit. So the world would say, okay, dog is stamped since he'd been with 21 and Savage. Then he did the antisocial, I don't need nobody BS again, hadn't messed with dudes or reached out for real until that situation happened. Now you want to call 21 for backup. That's why 21 texts back, like, who the F is this? Because dude, you ain't been fucking with him. Ain't give bun of day upcoming artists, no features, and MFers didn't know you as 4L until after the Durk beef. Strange. I don't believe that personally. Saying it finally took 7 to 8 years for people to realize YB got blooded into Sex Money Murder, made his own set and bought the church to Louisiana and Texas to answer dude's questions. The blood's been officially in Baton Rouge since 4K Trey got birthed, and apparently 4K Trey got a click in Houston. All right, I FaceTime my brother that blood me in. This is another lyric of his. He said, you see this big 4L on my neck? This dude had the nerve to text me back and say, who the F is this? All right, that's a lyric that came later, okay? Now, here's the funny thing, right? Once YB got out of jail, apparently he linked up with 21 Savage. 21 Savage gave him some more lineups, and he apparently linked him in with Young Thug and Lil Durk.
Well, Savage decided, let's throw a pool party. I'm like, bet. So shit.
Saying Savage threw a little pool party. He said, bet, pulled up to the pool party.
It happened. Me and him went shopping. Yeah, man, we was racing and shit. I wanted to race. But we was racing.
They're racing their Lambos, all right? I think they got in some trouble.
So by the time we got to the pool party, it was light. But then everybody got to popping up. Thugger pulled up. Gotti pulled up. Meek pulled up. Yeah, PNB, 21 girl. I don't want to say her name. Use your mind. That's about it, shit. But I was about to leave. I had to go to the studio. We all took a picture. I got a song with Yachty. I got a song with Famous Dicks. I got one with Lil Durk. I got one with Gotti. I don't know when they dropping though.
Got a song with Lil Durk. Okay, he got a song with Lil Durk. And this was that song, My Side, Lil Durk featuring NBA YoungBoy. It's right there. And this came out November the 25th, 2017. It was all good just a week ago, okay? My Side, Lil Durk, NBA YoungBoy. It's actually crazy to think that this even happened. And so after his release, all right, YoungBoy was chilling with 21 Savage. They were chilling out, kicking it, playing NBA 2K, and there's footage of them hanging out that still circulates online to this day.
Nah, hell nah. I'm still gonna lose 4,000. You don't think you can beat him with
Look, now one of us can get him. Now one of us.
the sets?
Yeah, just get a hold of it.
Now one of y'all get him.
I'm gonna get the Clout. Alright.
Yeah, now one of y'all get him.
Alright, let's
It's still gonna be
Y'all can get the Cavs or war.
Yeah, no Cavs, no war.
Not to do it, because if you play with the Warriors, you're supposed to play with Cavs.
If you can play with the Cavs, then I'll play with the Warriors.
If you gonna play with the Clout, let me get the Warriors.
Nah, I don't know.
We're gonna get two different teams.
These guys are friends.
You wanna take out?
I ain't see a clip of Durk and 21 kicking it playing 2K.
Give it down with it. He can shoot.
Alright, just call me, let me know.
Kicks to Irving.
Okay.
Over to the wing.
Yeah, he like.
So they basically get super tapped in, right? So YoungBoy at this point, he becomes super tapped into this Atlanta culture. By 2018, you know, he's doing songs with everybody. He's doing songs with 21 Savage. He's doing, you know, he's saying there might be a joint. Oh, that was Durk, actually. You know, they're all commingling, basically. Durk might be doing an album with Young Thug. YoungBoy's doing songs with 21 Savage. They're kicking it, playing 2K. They're also linked in with Young Thug. By 2018, okay, YoungBoy is getting himself what is allegedly a $150,000 Young Thug chain. And this is iconic. Okay, check this out.
Why'd you get Young Thug?
Say why?
Yeah.
I'm a Young Thug myself, and that's my inspiration. Like,
He said Young Thug is his inspiration. Look at this chain. It's crazy.
he's really like, his voice is an instrument, literally. His voice is like a real life instrument.
Look at that chain. It's insane.
It's always the people that don't matter caring.
He said his voice is like a real life instrument. Okay, so he's got genuine love for Young Thug and Atlanta and the whole Atlanta scene. All right. And you know that Young Thug be on the sus stuff, all right? That's kind of been viral for him. He's calling rappers my love and my bae and all of this kind of thing. And when YoungBoy got released from prison in 2018, okay, had a little stint in jail, Young Thug welcomed him home, all right? On March the 15th, 2018, he said, "Welcome home, my love," posted a picture of him with YoungBoy together next to a Lambo and a bunch of money, okay? Clearly, that's a genuine friendship too. Not only that, all right? But in Atlanta, YoungBoy's laying down roots. At a certain point, he develops a close bond with Future's cousin, Baba, okay, from Taliban gang, not the Middle Eastern Taliban gang, thankfully, but, you know, these guys are still pretty deadly, so don't play with them. But basically, he gets to know Future's cousin, Baba, okay, and this guy is allegedly a real problem when it comes to the Atlanta streets, okay? Look at this post on the Dumb Way. It's Future Taliban gang is Baba's cousin. He was one of the Taliban's best hitters. All right, and then there's the blood emoji. Said he met YoungBoy through Future. He's a Muslim, and they met in 2018, 2019. He has as much love for Baba. I don't know why he's locked up or when he gets out. Okay, and I'm pretty sure Baba was tied to a very serious case. Baba was also there when they tried to kill YoungBoy at the Trump Hotel. And, you know, there was the rumor that Baba was the one shooting back and frontlining and basically defending YoungBoy, low-key saving YoungBoy's life. All right? Taliban gang, Osama, this is them together. So he's making serious links in Atlanta, right? He's meeting Atlanta legends, okay? People saying he's not getting out. He's locked for like 8 murders. The prosecutors don't even want him to take it to trial because they're going to do him like D-Rose from Chicago, all right? Says he's locked up for 5 murders. Says they violated parole. I don't know, with the YB shooting in Miami. And both of them got parole violations, right? It says, yeah, you just remembered he was the one who shot back in Florida. That's why YoungBoy says, I couldn't grab my gun, so Baba shot back in the Watch Me Burn song. And they're saying that's what violated his probation before that. This is in one of Baba's songs. He said he killed a Marine in Nigeria in Mood Swings. He said he knows someone who did. But this is just, like, this is insane, right? We ain't going to get into that in this video. But here's what's crazy, okay? So we're hearing the, you know, 21 Savage, he's doing songs with YoungBoy and Durk at the same time. But Durk's just giving him audio only. YoungBoy's turning up to the music video shoot with AKs and the whole gang, and he's turning up to the pool party and they're racing Lambos. So they've built a real friendship. We've seen footage of them two playing NBA 2K together and all of that kind of stuff. Now, you can't tell me, okay, you can't tell me that people weren't picking sides or people weren't being forced to pick sides. Because in May 2018, all right, considering if you're if you're such good friends with Durk and you're going to ride for Durk for years and years when it comes to the 2020s, why are you hopping on a song with one of Durk's biggest and most notorious enemies, FBG Duck, right? So this is the Slide remix. 21 Savage hopped on the Slide remix. Now, this was a hit song. Rest in peace to FBG Duck. And, you know, obviously the rumors are that, you know, there was money put on his head and, you know, Durk's not named in the paperwork, but he's like an unidentified individual. And then they name his brother D-Thang and they say, you know, D-Thang passed away, but if he was alive, he would have probably been on trial for organizing the murder of FBG Duck. And this isn't a secret. This isn't, a new beef that popped off. Like the YoungBoy and the Durk beef was kind of some new stuff that popped off. This was a very notorious, well-known beef in the industry. Okay, everyone knew that Durk and Duck hated each other. Everyone knew that Duck and his guys would, you know, they were all trying to catch each other out, and Durk and his boys were trying to kill FBG Duck for years. So for 21 Savage to hop on this song, right, and just hide his hand and say, yo, look, this is just some industry stuff, man. I probably just got paid to jump on this. This was a hit song at the time. I'm not really buying it, okay? And so for you to hop on this song in 2018, May the 7th, is a little bit unusual, right? And at the time, people were saluting 21 for not playing sides. That's ironic, right? 21 was the only big name who would collaborate with Duck on a feature. That deserves a ton of respect. I get why others didn't want to do it. They have relationships with Chief Keef, Durk, G Herbo, and them to keep up. But 21 said, fuck it, I'm going to give Duck a big career boost. Isn't that interesting, right? People were bigging him up back then, saying, Shout out to 21 Savage for not picking sides and for keeping it real and, you know, not bringing this street nonsense into the industry. But come to find out a couple years later, he is absolutely on that gatekeeping, and not just gatekeeping anyone, but gatekeeping a guy that was clearly a really close friend of his, right? This says 21 really went from effing with Duck to effing with Durk, right? It's very, very sad, okay? People are wondering what's going on. People didn't know this remix existed, all right? It's like, yo, how are you so locked in with Vaughn? They're saying Vaughn's the one who put up the money for Duck to get killed, right? And, you know, he's not here anymore, but at the end of the day, this is 2021. Hey, listen, I'm not saying this. This is 4 years ago. But somebody commented, 21 a snitch now with Durk. Slaughter gang. FBG Duck is a real one, okay? Long live FBG Duck, man. Shout out to Mama Duck as well. Okay, after Duck passed away, 21 Savage made a song with Lil Durk. That's just pure disrespect, all right? Just found out about this after Pressure said something about Bezu's funeral. I don't even know about that one. I'm going to need to look into that. Okay, this dude went from 21 went from Duck to Vaughn. It is actually messed up. 21 fake as hell. He said if he would have known Duck was beefing with Durk, then he wouldn't have did the remix. Everybody knew that Duck was beefing with Durk. The song's called Slide. The song's talking about Durk and them. Say you want to slide, pussy boy, then slide then. Like, he's taunting Durk, and then you're going to pretend that you're friends with him. It is actually insane. So 21 Savage would actually later explain about how he would claim to explain that basically he's going to tell us how he found out about Duck's beef with Lil Durk, but he'd already agreed to do the feature. Well, you were already friends with YoungBoy, so listen to this.
We just like FBG Duck shit.
Like,
that shit was hard.
I ain't know.
We don't know about Chicago. We just like FBG Duck shit. That shit was hard.
I ain't know nothing about
niggas didn't know about that shit.
None of that shit. And I heard about it, like, but when I found out, I already told Duck I was gonna do the song. Yeah. So it's like, I gotta do the song. But I ain't never asked them niggas about what happened, why they was beefing, none of that shit.
Sometimes it be like that.
I did the song, then I found out after, like, once I did the song, I'm like, damn, I ain't even know this was going on type shit, but it was still like shit. It is what it is.
Niggas know it was a genuine place. He wasn't no nigga like know all this stuff and was like, oh yeah, I'm just about to hang over here and hang over here.
We not gonna penalize a nigga for that purposely.
Yeah, but at least that's connected to some real like street shit. But like,
now he don't know. I didn't know I was playing the middle. I didn't know. I found out afterwards. I'd already told him I would do the song, so I found out and I still did the song. But I'd already told him, like. That don't make no sense. And as far as I'm concerned, by this point, 28, I ain't seen too much of you to do with Durk at this point. I'm just seeing you doing music video shoots with YoungBoy. YoungBoy saying you're the only person he called when he was in prison. I'm seeing YoungBoy talking about you was racing Lambos in at a pool party. And now you backtracking talking about, I would have never done the song with Durk if I'd have known. You're saying that now. You were saying that now when Durk was the biggest name in the game. Okay, so jump forward to August of 2019. Okay, this is when Young Thug name drops both YoungBoy and Durk together on 2019 track Lil Baby. All right, this track here. Okay, whatever Wham says goes, as we know. Says my slime brothers Pluto, Savage, and YB, Quavo, Takeoff, Offset, Uzi, Lil Durk, Meek Mill, and Drizzy. All right, He's shouting everybody out. He's cool with everybody. If you knew that these guys were going to get into a beef, and they weren't beefing at this point, this was about, I'm not going to lie, this was probably within a couple of weeks of that clip where we saw Quando Rondo backstage with King Von and Lil Durk, and they all touched the stage together, and everything was cool between them, okay? Send Young Thug shouts out all of his slimes, right? All of his guys, okay? And just as a recap as well, okay, Young Thug, obviously they were getting the chain made, but they did songs together. You got Young Thug and Quando Rondo. So next time you see Young Thug hopping on a song with Durk, let's not forget, September 2018, Thug was hopping on songs with Quando and YoungBoy. Okay, you were all tapped in, all right? And by the end of 2018, Thug is shouting out YoungBoy on his Instagram too, all right? There's clearly real friendship between them. This is Thug's Instagram. He's posting a picture of YoungBoy with 21 and Thug. If NBA don't like you, I hate you. If 21 Savage says F you, we're gonna Okay, I don't even want to get into this one. But here's where this is the problem. The person on screen, this is the problem, okay? And when this problem gets to Atlanta, kind of ruins it for everybody because everybody's so infatuated with this man. Everybody's so impressed. Everybody's so scared of this guy. That's when things start going left, okay? And everybody wants to please this man. Everybody's scared of this man. You know about this guy. Everybody wants to just get around that. This is the coolest, scariest, most gangster guy anyone's ever seen in Atlanta. The whole streets of Atlanta bow down when this man arrives in town. All right, and doesn't matter how long they've known each other. Doesn't matter what songs you've done. Doesn't matter what parties you've gone to. Doesn't matter how many times you've played 2K together. When this man comes to town, you gotta bend over backwards, do whatever he says. All right. This is when the dynamic starts to shift because Durk moves to Atlanta. Vaughn comes and moves to Atlanta. Durk's there with the most notorious shooter from Chicago, King Von. All right. And everybody wants to be around these guys. They're having all the motion in the rap game. This guy's killed 7 people and got away with it. And it's just like, forget about YoungBoy. We don't care about his bodies, even though he kind of be making the same stuff happen behind the scenes. So basically, this is where it all goes left. Look at this.
From
64th and King Drive, Chicago, Illinois, Parkway Gardens.
Still reside
When this man gets to town, this is when you all start apologizing for doing songs with Durk.
in Chicago?
Do I still reside?
Yeah.
Nah, hell no, I'm in Atlanta now.
You live in Atlanta?
Hey.
How old were you when you made that decision?
The other day. 24.
Oh, very recent.
Yeah.
I assume it's a career choice.
Yeah, for sure. Life choice too, career.
Now, growing up.
So he hops over to Atlanta, all right, and everything changes. This is the coolest cat in town. Everybody got to change up. It's time to switch up. It's time to completely change the score sheet. Everything's getting different. Now, everybody's wondering, okay, where did this beef between Vaughn and YoungBoy start? And it was literally within days of this clip coming out, all right, literally this same month of March 2019, that King Von decides to hop on IG Live and start talking about, you got cap in your raps. Now, some people believe there's another theory that they beefed. It's why YoungBoy and King Von started beefing. Okay, this theory basically proposes that basically a leaker, all right, a fake YoungBoy on Instagram convinced King Von that he was talking to the real YoungBoy and pissed him off. That's a theory going around. I've looked into this theory. I've not really been fully convinced by it. I've heard a theory that they was actually beefing over a girl they were both hooking up with. I've heard stories from people like in the industry that have basically said to me there was a girl called like Lil Blue or something that YoungBoy and Von were both messing with, and there's a rumor that YoungBoy called King Von being tough with him, basically arguing about a bitch, and then that's when it all went left. All right, I'm not saying she a bitch, but I'm saying that's what people. That's me retelling the story of what I've been told by guys from that lifestyle. Is basically what I'm trying to say, respectfully. All right. People are saying how a leaker started the NBA 4K Trey and OTF beef, NBA YoungBoy and JD Young and NLE Chopper versus YB beef, and more. Okay, because King Von posted, the only way me and YoungBoy will be into it is if he starts hanging on 63rd. Well, that's interesting, because when 21 Savage made a song with FBG Duck, that's kind of hanging on 63rd. You weren't beefing with him. You wasn't saying he got cap in his raps. No, because everybody had to just lay down and just be nice. Everybody just had to just, anything goes with King Von when he was in town, all right? So there's this whole backstory as to why they might have been beefing. And look, I honestly don't want to get too much into it, okay? There was like a fake song Some people said the leaker basically sent Blame It to YB's song to Vaughn, and Vaughn hopped on the song thinking it was the real YoungBoy and was sending him songs for a feature, and that's why Vaughn started dissing YoungBoy out of nowhere, okay? Some people basically saying that, like, this leaker sent an unreleased song that was circulating to King Von and tricked him, and then he was pissed off. Couldn't, you know, it hit his ego, it hit his pride, and he basically got pissed off, and that's when he did this, okay? And again, I'll read between the lines into this a little bit more because I know shit about this no one else knows.
Fuck YoungBoy talking about on this song, bro.
What?
He talking crazy on this man.
Oh, yeah?
He ain't even like that.
Oh!
On his ass now.
On his ass.
All that cap. You got cap in your rap.
So that's one of the most infamous statements from Vaughn. He says, YoungBoy, you got cap in your raps. But one of the details that people overlooked, okay, when King Von said you got cap in your raps, he's listening to this YoungBoy song. Them drugs bring it out and I can't hide it. Them drugs bring it out and I can't hide it, right? He's listening to this song. And basically, as soon as he turns the volume down and says you got cap in your raps, that's after YoungBoy has said, all right, them dudes shouldn't have played with us. Fulio let that hammer bust. Slip one time and you bite the dust. That's when you dudes die. Guns in retaliation. Ask me what to make. I say a body. Right? He is saying on this song that he gets people killed. Right? That he does murder for hire. That he pays for people to get killed. That's what the song is all about. All right? All behind YoungBoy. I'm going to stretch something. Smoking dope with my hitter. Plotting on the next one. I told him all behind that check. You better wet something. All right? It's back to back until you dudes bleed. I'm trying to t-shirt the bitch. The whole song is about him having people killed. And around this time, okay, going into 2020 when this beef escalated, basically this is when YoungBoy started claiming he had 7 bodies. Now go and watch my video on the main channel if you want more detail about YoungBoy. YoungBoy's got song after song, repping off of 1 body, top got over 7 gone. 7 murders in my hometown. Tell them bitches I did that. He'd been saying he got 7 bodies, and we know King Von had 7 bodies, okay? These two were competing about bodies. People hate me saying that, but they were insecure about the amount of murders that they had done. That's what was going on, okay? And basically from here, King Von would keep mocking YoungBoy. He would keep prodding YoungBoy. He would making fun of it. He was trying to push the beef, all right? And this is what's crazy. Look at this.
Oh, as my grandma raised me, you hear me? You know I ain't no hoe. What up?
My grandma raised me. You know I ain't no hoe. Matter of fact,
my wife.
He wanted to be YoungBoy, man.
You talking about my wife? Inside my house that I paid for? Now her bitch ass dead, huh? My bed. He said wife.
Man, whatever.
Y'all are fans. It's okay. It's okay. You can comment all the hateful stuff that you guys want to comment. I know I'm going to piss people off with this. They were fanned out. They were doing reenactments of YoungBoy moments. And because Von wasn't this deity of gangster rappers we know him now at this point, okay? At this point, Von was just bubbling up. People didn't know about his 7 bodies. He was trying to get to the level that YoungBoy was at in the industry. This time is when YoungBoy's doing back-to-back #1 albums. He's killing it, all right? Killing it in the music, allegedly killing it in the streets. Von was thinking, I got 7 bodies. I've killed 7 people. I'm the real gang. He trying to be YoungBoy. He wanted to be like YoungBoy.
Who, huh? Who, huh? Shit off my neck. You snatched it off his neck. Look at the camera with your scare ass. Let this snatch my chain off your neck. You ain't snatched shit off my neck.
But I got this, but y'all ain't take no chain off my neck. Y'all took it off.
You ain't take shit from me.
Hey, you better tell him. Ain't no duplicating this shit. Ain't no duplicating this shit at all.
Hey. So he was copying him, right? He was doing these little moments, whether that was to make fun of him, to diss him, because he wanted to be like him. Okay, but here's the thing. The beef hadn't fully ignited yet. And what's crazy... All right, look, let me show you this real quick. I'm going to show you one thing real quick, okay? It was... Vaughn and Quando backstage. This was, I believe, August of 2019. All right, this is classic. It was cool. Really?
Before the beef,
come on.
Yeah, T up.
They was together.
Now we coming. I'm coming up.
You know we on 64. I don't know nothing about that shit.
We got post up in this bitch.
Hey, we on 64 with this shit.
I don't get your man, your teeth shining like a motherfucker on this bitch. Hold on, get your teeth in that bitch. Damn!
Y'all niggas steal some shit from a nigga. Y'all 64. Y'all stealing ass niggas. Y'all niggas steal some shit. I'm saying though,
they wearing matching outfits, bro. Vaughn wanted to be like Quando, he wanted to be like YoungBoy, okay? And everything was cool. They was cool. Quando was showing respect. He was showing love, all right? But he was not someone to be played with, as we eventually found out, right? What's really sad about this is that everything was cool. They touched the stage later that night. I believe Quando and Vaughn and Durk all were on stage together performing. It was all good, all right? And then after this, despite the fact that even during this time, Vaughn is kind of playing both sides and he's online talking about, you got cap in your raps about YoungBoy. Quando is YoungBoy's artist and they're super close, all right? Vaughn kind of two-faced in this scenario. If it was really smoke with YoungBoy, why wasn't you swinging on Quando back in 2019? But you wanted a little social media moment. You wanted to do this and post this.
63rd.
Quando Rondo, my boy. This in 63rd. I didn't see 21 Savage this in 63rd. 21 Savage was doing songs with Durk. So why wasn't you saying no cap in his raps? Why wasn't you saying F him?
Nigga, some dirty ass niggas, man. Y'all niggas talking about man. I'm talking about STN. Hey, listen, though, man. The nigga on 64, and y'all 63rd niggas over there smoking crack and shit.
So he dissed everyone, right? And what's even more crazy, okay? In October of 2019, Lil Durk's hopping online to shout out YoungBoy. Check this out. How crazy is this? Saying YoungBoy's so hard. He rocks with YoungBoy. And when Durk posted his top 50 rappers of all time, who was on there? Who was on there? He put himself on there, to be fair. King Von, below NBA YoungBoy. He got King Von, NBA YoungBoy right there. Okay. Who else? Quando Rondo. Yeah, 21 Savage on there too, to be fair. All right. So it was all good just a week ago. All right. They were shouting each other out. Now, unfortunately, everything went left. Okay. The night in November where King Von decided to swing on Quando Rondo, he got more than he bargained for. Quando's boy hops out the car. Lil Tim opens fire on King Von, takes King Von's life because he's protecting his man. He's protecting the breadwinner of the organization. They made it out of the streets. Can't be running up, punching the multi-millionaire rapper that has got all the street demons off the streets and into the industry. You can't do that. That's not how it works. And if the shoe was on the other foot, you know King Von's people would have opened fire and killed anyone that tried to sucker punch Von. It just is what it is. Now, that night, okay, 21 Savage recounts actually being with Lil Durk in Houston when that went down. Look at this.
The night it happened, me and Durk at the bowling alley, because we was out in Houston and shit, so we at the bowling alley. I got the call probably 2 minutes after it happened, no exaggeration. The club right there, that's like my uncle. So he called me, but I'm thinking he done did some, because they weren't kicking it like he got shot. They were kicking it like he shot somebody. But then goddamn, he called back and was like, nah, he got shot too. I ain't even want to tell Durk, so I ain't even say nothing to Durk. But then goddamn, about 5 minutes later, Durk just like left out the goddamn bowling alley like fast. I was like, damn, he just found out. I ain't want to tell.
So 21 talking about he was there with Durk when he found out King Von died. Durk left the bowling alley. And, you know, no disrespect, that's his friend. Like, I'm not trying to put him down or say that he shouldn't be feeling that way, but it's like you was friends with YoungBoy from years before. This beef was really unfortunate. Von, unfortunately, created a lot of really negative scenarios. He's online making fun of people that shouldn't really be made fun of, okay? But clearly, okay, Von and 21 and Durk, they'd all become close, all right? And after Von died, 21 tried to do right by Von's people. He gifted Von's sister, Kayla B, a Range Rover for her birthday, and he would explain why. He said, I never speak on stuff like this because I don't do it for the internet, but y'all being disrespectful. I knew Kayla before I knew Von because she talks to my little brother. Von was already planning on purchasing this gift for her birthday, and due to his untimely passing, he wasn't able to finish. So all that I did was finish what he started because I told Kayla when he passed, I had her for L, and I meant it. All the immature comments and speculations surrounding this are very insensitive. Please keep them to yourself. Respect his family, his children, O-Block, OTF, and anybody else I left out. Long live King Von. And this is the footage of her getting the car.
My car is so nice. Like, I'm so happy. And it's paid for, bitches. It's paid for. Oh, my doors is... Where the fuck is my car keys at? My car's paid for. I'm so happy. Oh, this is so nice. My brother 21 Savage bought me a car. I'm so happy. It's so nice. And I got a fridge inside of it. Everything paid for it. I love Savage so much. And he bought me 21 roses. I'm so happy. I love him. Y'all don't know what I was going through to try to get this car.
So, yeah, that's a nice thing to do, all right? That's a nice thing to do. But then this is where things get sticky, all right? There's a giant beef that pops off between YoungBoy and Quando and Durk and Vaughn, and Vaughn's passed away, and then they're trying to kill. So, tell you what, I'm going to give you some extra clarity, right? They're literally at this point, okay, allegedly, Durk and his goons have been trying to kill Quando everywhere he goes. So this is in May 2021. Quando Rondo shot out in Georgia. There was apparently 100 shots fired at his car after his first show. Durk's got a million lyrics talking about... Durk's got a bunch of lyrics about, oh, we'll catch you at the gas station. You know, we're going to get you down. If we can't find him, we're going to find him where a show's at. There's rumors and there's reports, and in the recent legal paperwork related to Lil Durk's murder for hire case, the state have inferred that Lil Durk was in some way connected to this attempt on Quando Rondo's life, and it wasn't the only one, okay? So with that all in mind, right, a few months after this, 21 Savage is hopping out, talking about the situation, and basically explaining people stopped messing with YoungBoy because they had to pick Durk's side, and he basically hints that he's picked Durk's side too. For all that hanging out with YoungBoy and knowing him first, and him popping up at the music video shoot, and him showing you love, and you and him being on the phone when he was in jail, you're the only person that he trusted and called. Fuck all that, all right? Because everybody has just got to worship King Von and the OTF goons in Atlanta.
You know, it's damn near size.
Oh, okay.
You got him and Quando, and a lot of niggas fuck with Durk. So a lot of niggas ain't gonna fuck with YoungBoy shit because they fuck with Durk.
What about you messing with YoungBoy? What about you guys chilling in 2018 and being close friends?
But does it gotta be like it's not gangs and shit like that. It's a music business, like, you know what I mean? You might fuck with both of them, but nigga, you might want to have a song with both of them at one point.
I feel like you gotta
pick sides.
You gotta be a certain. You don't really gotta pick sides, but it's like some niggas. I don't know. You gotta be a certain type of artist to be able to just be in the middle. I feel like.
Yeah.
I feel like can't no nigga who say they no street nigga be in the middle.
A lot of these relationships is homegrown. A lot of niggas
if you really fuck with a nigga. Now, if you just musically fuck with a nigga, y'all just do songs here and there, cool. So, but if you kicking it like a nigga, your brother, like I rock with this nigga.
So he's basically trying to infer, he's like, if you just mess with someone musically, it don't really matter. If you really kicking it like they're your brother, he's acting like I was kicking it with Durk in the bowling alley like we were brothers. And he's downplaying the fact that he was playing 2K with YoungBoy and having pool parties with YoungBoy, racing Lambos with YoungBoy. Only person that YoungBoy was calling on the phone from jail.
Situation
on that, I feel like.
So in a situation like, not even with them, let's just say two other artists, right? So you would have to pick a side, like say you was an artist.
Hell yeah, I feel like
niggas better pick it if it was us.
Yo, somebody told me that shit.
If it's me, don't be in my face like with all that shit, like, and then be fucking with a nigga who you know killed my boy. Like I ain't keep your bitch ass over there. We ain't doing that. I ain't doing that.
It's funny because exactly what he's describing is he kind of did to YoungBoy.
Personally, I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna down there treat you like you one of them.
Did you feel like it was that way when like even with like say the no plug and bankroll situation? Like, did you feel like niggas looked at you like?
So it's interesting, right? And Quando would actually respond to exactly what 21 said during a Vlad interview.
21 Savage, he got on academics. He said it. He said.
What did he say?
He said, I said this before in a previous video, he said the quiet part loud. He wasn't supposed to say there's damn near sides and we picking sides. He didn't say I've picked a side, but he inferred it and he said what it was. And he shouldn't have said that because it's supposed to be this big quiet thing like we're not claiming it. We was actually friends with YoungBoy. At least pretend like you're not just picking sides for clout.
He said I'm not on Quando and YB side. So in other words, he really saying like, all right, if we catch you somewhere too, we gonna kill you. That's basically what he said.
I don't see anything wrong. Right? And YoungBoy felt a type of way about this. How do we know that? Because he spoke about it in this very controversial song. This is not a song, this is for my supporters, okay? This was a very controversial song. This was a very stressed out song where he was really pissed off about everything that's going on. He said, yeah, I know you know they want to kill me in Atlanta and every city out here. Pussy dude gonna get his issue because they know I'm out here and I'm gonna kill. 12 bodies and one child dead. Stop the violence. What I fucking said. And if you go watch that video I just did on the main channel, there will, at this point in time, there were 12 bodies and one child dead. The one child dead is kind of what ties it all together because that's a specific case. Like, you're being too specific, All right, YoungBoy, chill. You should probably shouldn't have said that. I'm gonna be honest with you. Should have said that. But anyway, all right. He said, keep your eyes peeled. Ain't no coming back when you get killed. And this is where he talks about 21 Savage. He says, I FaceTime my brother, 21, that blood me in, that jumped me into the blood gang, the Sex Money Murder Bloods. You see this big 4L tattoo on my neck? The pussy dude had the nerve to text me back and say, who the F is this? Now that's cold slime. And you know where I'm at, because big brother F with them dudes and their hoes. And I already know how I get down, 5. And you knowing how I roll. All right? He is saying 21 Savage really had the nerve to say to him, who even is this? All right? After the whole King Von Quando situation, 21 sided with Lil Durk. And when YoungBoy tried to call him, 21 pretended not to know him. That's cold, man. Because you guys was playing 2K, pool partying, racing Lambos, doing songs. YoungBoy's bringing the whole NBA crew out to your music video. I didn't see Durk do the same thing. And then this is where I feel like 21 Savage actually is just diabolical, actually really like a bad person. You was cool with YoungBoy and you were saying, oh, if we could just do the industry thing, like, you know, you can just kind of stay in the middle and just like, you know, if you're cool with both sides, it takes a certain person. But he basically said we pick sides. But rather than just saying, look, you know, spiritually, I can just be on my side of this beef and I can basically just, you know, I can buy Vaughn's sister a Range Rover and just all this cool stuff. No. Right? No. So I told you about all this stuff where they tried to kill Quando Rondo in May 2021, right? At the Waycross, Georgia show. They tried to kill him. They were unsuccessful. Somebody got shot in the hand. There was rumors that it was Lil Tim. I don't know if that's true. Eventually, they were successful. I won't play you all the clips because it is very sad and it's not really acceptable for YouTube. But in August 2022, rapper Quando Rondo would be caught in Los Angeles right outside the Beverly Center at another gas station. And they would open fire trying to kill Quando. They would miss him and kill his cousin, Lil Pab. Okay? And he would be seen in footage on the news screaming no at the scene. And I don't think I'm going to play that, but let me just see. So in this footage, I'm not going to show you the whole thing, but Quando is seen in the footage screaming no as he's seeing his cousin Lil Pab being shot and he's not alive. And it's really, really sad. It's really heartbreaking. Okay? He's screaming no. This is a famous moment where he was on the news screaming no. They killed his cousin and Lil Durk is now on trial for murder for hire, federal murder for hire charges, threw his whole life away trying to slide for Vaughn when Vaughn was in the wrong in the first place. He shouldn't have been there punching on Quando Rondo. He was in the wrong. And Durk was in the wrong for doing this and he killed an innocent man who ain't have nothing to do with nothing, right? And he's seen at the scene screaming no. What does 21 Savage do? He hops on this song with Lil Durk. Lil Durk makes a song, and this is the type of shit that's going to get Lil Durk found guilty and sent away for life, right? He's hopped on this song, self-snitching endlessly, all right? Self-snitching endlessly, all right? If you've ever been involved, you can't... This is the chorus of the song, right? And Lil Durk is mocking Quando Rondo being at the scene of his cousin being killed by shooters that were allegedly sent by Lil Durk to Los Angeles, one of the dumbest hits ever. If you've ever been involved, you can't talk about it. I've seen a killer do an interview, he telling. You ain't never clear that rumor up, you know I'm valid. See, I ain't respond on Instagram, I know how to go about it. And then this is where it's really disrespectful. This is Durk. Since he died, just come outside and go to war about him. He say no. And when he says no, he doesn't just say no, he says no in the same way that Quando said no at the scene. I'm thinking he let a hoe got him. He's basically saying, did a girl set him up? He say no, I said, let's go to war about it. Where'd he go? You better know the more got him. He's talking about being responsible. He's claiming responsibility for having Quando's cousin murdered. And what happens? You see this? You see how 21's name's italicized here? That means that anything italicized in this hook is 21 Savage talking, all right? And he said, no, I said, let's go to more about him. Where he go? You better know the more got him. And 21, right after that, he's throwing in, yeah, ad-lib. And then his verse starts. And what does he say straight away, just after Lil Durk has mocked Quando's screaming of no after his cousin got killed? 21 hops on, he says, knock 'em all down like diamond nose. So you're basically saying that you're part of this beef. You're claiming responsibility. You're saying knock 'em all down like dominoes. That's what happened. His cousin got killed in front of him and he was screaming no. And then you hopping in saying knock 'em all down like dominoes. It's out of line, man. It's out of line. And you having a friendship with NBA YoungBoy is supposed to really, like, you shouldn't be moving like this. Okay? Last one was easy. He pull up on random hoes. Think you tough. My dude's got the antidote. Free Zoo. I'm OTF 4L. All right? You was 4L with YoungBoy. YoungBoy got 4L tatted, but now you OTF 4L. Crazy. It's actually crazy. It's actually so out of line that he did that. And then to basically last week, right, to have the gall to hop on an interview with Big Bank when he's down bad and he's embarrassed because Young Thug's been exposed and all of his friends in Atlanta are down bad. He really hopped in the interview with Big Bank to try and claim, I tried to patch things up between Durk and YoungBoy. This doesn't look like you trying to patch it up. This looks like you're trying to make fun of him for getting his cousin killed. Knock them all down like dominoes. When he's talking about, no. But you really, really had the nerve to hop on an interview and say this.
Have you ever tried to put some shit together that just wouldn't work? Like
YB and Durk. But Durk locked up. So goddamn, he can't really talk. But
Durk locked up, he can't really talk. I don't think YoungBoy's trying to talk to you after you hopping on that song. I don't think that's what it's about. The only reason I can't fix this beef is because Durk's locked up. Doubt it. YoungBoy said you pretending you don't know him on the phone.
I had conversations with YB and I had conversations with Durk people.
Yeah.
Type shit. But it ain't work.
Was that before or after you was hopping on the No song talking about knock 'em all down like dominoes?
But goddamn, I didn't try. You feel what I'm saying?
I don't think you tried.
You think make you, but can't no nigga patch your shit up though?
I patched my shit up. I didn't patch shit up. I ain't finna say no nigga that ain't.
I'm just saying, but do you think if a nigga, what would make you not patch some shit up? And what would make you not even try to make, like, man, y'all need to fix this. Like, I ain't even call these niggas. That shit too far.
What would make me not patch some shit up? Won't nothing make me not patch some shit up as long as what's done to me was done to you too.
So that's so childish and immature. Oh, I could patch anything up as long as what's done was me was done to you too. Well, they ain't trying to patch it up after that. Quando ain't trying to patch it up. YoungBoy definitely ain't trying to patch it up. And now you're all down bad and YoungBoy's the hottest thing in hip hop. Like, you really tried to patch it up after this? Ain't no patching that up. Knock them all down like domino. Patch that up. You need to patch it. You need to apologize. You actually need to patch this up. You need to apologize. These guys need to make a song making fun of your friend that passed away, and then maybe you can patch it up. Now, to round it all off, okay, the man who single-handedly both saved and destroyed Atlanta in one fell swoop, okay, YSL Woody, the man who took the stand in the YSL trial, but ironically was such a bad and disappointing and useless witness for the state. The trial collapsed and Young Thug was able to take a sweetheart plea. Oh, but I thought taking a plea made you a snitch. Well, not in this case, all right? Oh, apparently you're the hero if you take a plea. He would touch on it, and he would basically explain that there's a reason, the very specific reason why Atlanta rappers now aren't supporting Durk while he's behind bars. You was clout sucking Durk and Vaughn all that time, hopping about, talking about knock 'em all down like dominoes when he's talking about, no, yeah, no, yeah. Now Durk's locked up, and it's all looking bad, and YoungBoy's the hottest thing out here. That free Durk, I can't quite get that free Durk out of you.
Now listen, one thing about Savage, and I give Savage his credit because this ain't something he just started. The audio, the jail calls we throwing him, Savage was on a phone call back then trying to be the voice of reason. So this don't got nothing to do with Savage. I respect Savage. You know what I'm saying? But all this fuck the street shit, we don't came too far for y'all niggas be scaring fuck the streets. Y'all niggas ain't step up and try to stop NBA YoungBoy and Lil Durk. Now Lil Durk sitting in jail. Y'all niggas ain't even saying free Lil Durk. Y'all niggas ain't even trying to help Lil Durk. Y'all ain't started no type of campaign to make Lil Durk look more like love, more where people like, you know, he might deserve another chance. Let's have sympathy for him. No, these niggas want Lil Durk out the way because guess what? They not cut from that same cloth as Lil Durk. See, Lil Durk got caught up being around all these fake niggas, bro. And now he in jail realizing this shit the same way I had to realize it. I put my life on the line for these niggas, bro. Just for these niggas turn around and plot on me. Man, listen, this shit is fake, bro.
So he's saying Durk's realizing all these guys are fake, and it's true, right? Same reason how people in 21 and them were fake to YoungBoy, and they didn't really like stick up for him when he needed it. And they hopping on songs talking about, yeah, knock them all down like dominoes. No. Durk's now realizing, bro, all these guys ain't posting free me. They ain't looking out for me. Like, all these guys, bruh, they're hopping on the next Clout train. The King Von Clout train has gone into the station and left. The Lil Durk Clout train has gone into the station and left. And now the YoungBoy Clout train has come back in the station, and they're all thinking, like, how can we switch up and maneuver ourselves so that we can just, like, be cool with YoungBoy again? How? They're doing mental gymnastics. You know that meme where it's like all the mathematician stuff? That's what's going on. And so this was going on in Reddit. People in Chiracology reacted to this very same clip. It says, damn, Lil Woody explained why these Atlanta rappers won't say free Durk. Is he speaking facts? Since Smirk being booked exposed the fraud-ass industry to keep it 100. Right? A lot of fake dudes relieved that Durk's out the way. Now everybody can fake kick it again. For real though, you can tell OTF was bullying them rap dudes just from when 21 collaborated with Duck that time. Facts. They was forcing dudes to pick a side and stand on that gangster stuff they rap about. The fact OTF was involved in all them shootings and fuck shit in Atlanta And couldn't none of them ATL dudes make them chill out? Says a whole lot. That's facts. I'm the only one saying it. Get your pissed off comments in there now, because I'm keeping it realer than anybody will ever keep it in this industry. Facts. One thing I can say, though, it's not Durk, it's his crowd. Durk been in Atlanta since 2014-15. He didn't start getting in shit till 2019 when Vaughn came around, and everybody loves to get pissed off at me when I say Durk wasn't really on that street stuff until Vaughn came around. Yes, he had diss songs. Yes, he was making fun of dead people. Yes, he was in the streets surrounded by demons and getting caught with guns. Yes, I know. But he wasn't raising hell and actually causing people to be murdered in his circle until Vaughn came around. Hate on me, pull it out of context Vlad clip if you want. Oh, Ross doesn't know what he's talking about. Bro, I've followed this closer than anyone else has. Okay. And now where was Durk's murder for hire 2016? Where was Durk's murder for hire when he was dating Dejloaf? Wasn't there? Okay. Yes, he was around the demons and he was rapping about street stuff and he was smoking Tuka and making fun of dead people. But like bodies didn't start dropping and big cases didn't start hitting him until Vaughn came around. You see him in court for attempted murder. All Atlanta nonsense. All right. They might not be scared of Durk, but no question you can tell a lot of rap dudes are scared of what comes behind them Chicago dudes. I believe they scared of the camp, not Durk himself. All right. They say in facts he was bullying the industry. Okay. Now it's F the streets because Thug is a rat and Twin called Thug. So I don't know if Thug and Durk will ever be cool again. Large portions of Thug's old fans aren't cool with him anymore. He was claiming big snitch K while being a snitch. That's diabolical. Durk was really in them streets for real. Bro got dudes killed and everyone happy than an MF he in jail. Oh, it's obvious a lot of them Atlanta rap dudes are scared of Lil Durk and OTF. If anything, they're glad smirk out the way. Them OTF dudes were dead ass forcing the industry to pick a side with the YB stuff. They had nothing to do with it. Oh, and now YB's back out. You're all shaking in your boots because these 4K trays aren't anything to be scared of, right? Man, YN studied Tupac in jail in 95. He said this 30 years ago, how dudes switched up on him in jail. Then when he came out on dudes' asses, Durk gonna beat this and learn a lesson. All of this stuff fake. I don't know if that's true. None of them dudes can stop Durk and YB's situation. It got blood spilled and it's still fresh. All right. All of the rap dudes were scared of OTF. Okay. And even now, 21 Savages came out after all of this frontline in the action and talking about knock them all down like dominoes. Now he's saying F the streets. And even Durk's missus, India, is now saying that's performative. That's all cap. All right. All that, the streets is dead. F the streets. You're all performing. It was, you were in love with the streets and you was in love with, oh, we need to knock them all down like dominoes and hop on the song with Durk. Screwed talking about no. So, look, man, I know you're going to be pissed off about this video. I see the comments on the last video that I was talking about the Atlanta situation. I'm the only person that's going to keep it real with you guys, okay? And look, 21 Savage, he made a big mistake. My MacBook isn't on my desk right now, unfortunately, but I promise you it is still in very good condition, okay? I've got 2 iPhones, right? Screens very much protected, okay? Completely pristine iPhones. No cracks, no scratches, beautiful, pristine iPhones, all right? Apple Care on deck if I ever need it, but I'm not going to need it, okay? It really is just like super lame, I feel. Like 21 Savage is kind of just doing whatever he has to try and like fix this situation for himself, but it's like should have really kept, it's like you should have never acted like you was on this whole thing of like, oh, I'm keeping it real, like, oh, we got to pick sides. It's like you were doing a song with Durk, you was doing songs and music videos with YoungBoy before you ever met Durk, and then King Von comes to town, everybody just has to fall in line with King Von because he's the biggest gangster anyone's ever seen. They're in everyone's in awe of King Von. And then, you know, the situation goes left. And then it's like, okay, we got to frontline this beef for Durk. And now YoungBoy's back outside. It's like, you're going to have to stay over there. So, and Woody's right. Like, everybody is just in an absolute tailspin because it's like, bruh, OTF were bullying us into picking sides. We're so relieved that Durk's gone. We haven't got to pick sides anymore. But if Durk does beat this case, which I think is unlikely, but who knows, miracles do happen for people. If Durk beats this case, it's going to be a switch around. It's going to be another 360 spin. All right? It's going to be another 360 spin. And they're going to have to find a way to get back on board with Durk if he gets back out. Okay? So everybody's just waiting, watching and waiting. Okay, what's going to happen? Let me know what you guys think. I'm definitely not going to read the comments on this one because I know how pissed off everyone's going to be, but it's facts. Okay? It's facts. And it's just super lame. Okay, it's just super lame. F the streets. I mean, I'm all for convincing the next generation of people not to get into the streets, but like you spent years convincing the next generation to get into the streets. Now you want to say F the streets. Oh, now it's F the streets. Oh, and now you don't want to pick sides. Like, come on, man. Come on. Super lame. Anyway, let me know what you guys think of this video. I'm going to come back with another. I wasn't expecting this video to be an hour, but it is what it is. I hope you guys still enjoy it. I'll be back. I got like 2 David updates, and I got actually I've got an Atlanta update, and there's another thing I want to do that's separate, but I'll keep you guys posted. More content coming over the holidays. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Oh blah, bang bang.